Oh, the bad color accuracy. Hey guys, it's me, Sauce43. This is gonna be a more unprofessional video. I'm just gonna sit down and chat with you guys. This is mainly a video in response to Peppykins in the video she made. I'll link it in the description down below if you want to check it out. I recommend you do. It's a great video. I'm also making this a public video to regard a lot of the backlash that my recent video got. The main part was the backlash about me saying the community it's garbage. Peppy, you're completely right. My views and opinions are outdated because you're right. I did isolate myself from the community. I made sure any sites I went to weren't full of kinstubers. I had a quote of account where there was like no kinstubers. I made a DeviantArt where kinstubers weren't really there, and even when I made the Tumblr, it was away from common kinstube places. And I keep saying kinstube, I should say webkins. Away from common webkins fandoms. Not saying there weren't any there, but that there were very few. I did do that because, to be completely fair, I have been burned by the community. And you're right, it did happen in that time where it was really bad, and that's when I disabled comments and just really shut myself away from the webkins community. And to give a quick regard to everyone who's still mad about the comments, let me give you another explanation as to why I did that. It was mainly from my video when I got karma. The comments on that were not the best, I'm going to say. A lot of them were, I'm going to say passive-aggressive, not really mean, but it kind of just didn't sound right. And then you had several people that were flat out starting fights and yelling at me because I got another stuffed animal. I'm not going to deny that that doesn't happen anymore. I haven't seen it happen, but I haven't been involved to see it happen. And a lot of my views and opinions are based off that time because that's what I knew. And I never really bothered to get in and change my opinions. I just kind of put, this thing is bad, stay away from it, because that's what I have done my whole life. I have held grudges, and I do that, I guess, almost as a form of protection to keep myself from getting hurt again. I have done that for years and years, well before I've been into webkins. I wouldn't be surprised if the community's changed, because I use this analogy on Tumblr, and I'll use it here, and maybe you'll understand where my views came from. Say you go to a new restaurant with your friends. Your friends had a great time and everything, but you got food poisoning. Years down the line, say, hey, let's go here again. Do you say, yeah, sure, maybe they fixed their stuff by now? Or do you go, no, they made me sick, I'm not going back there again? I chose the latter because that's just what I did. Like, it's what I've always done. And I've actually been trying to defend this view and stuff on Tumblr that, oh, it's still bad. I don't know why. I appreciate the video. I think I kind of need someone to calmly just approach me and sit down to have an actual chat. The messages I've been getting have either been, we support your decision, or very kind of passive-aggressive, like, hey, you know what you're doing is wrong, right? Because you're wrong. And no one's really sat down to say, hey, I get you, and this is why it's flawed. So I guess with the whole thing about my views being tainted on the community, you're right. I was dealt a pretty bad hand back then by the community, and I guess no one has ever given me a reason to think that that opinion's changed. But the reason I never felt welcome on Instagram was actually mainly because one of the things is, I'm not gonna lie here, like you said, you were a big hater against me, and I know that because we had a little bit of a spat, and I saw your friend group and everyone in it slowly turn against me, and it wasn't just that, and it slowly spread. It was like you were the hierarchy almost, and saying stuff. You are the one that people trust on that site. You're the one that they believe, and I'm never going to be welcomed there because they look up to you. You were there first. And I don't even have anyone for an Instagram account. I know you say I should, but I have a crap camera on my phone. I have a cheap budget phone. It's not anything special. And I could hook up to my computer and like transfer the photos on there and then upload them and try and type on that little keyboard. I don't like phones, have you noticed? But I just find DeviantArt easier to upload my photography, which I don't really take many pictures of my webkins anymore anyways. But it was really solidified and put into my head, and not gonna lie, I'm still recovering from the drama that happened last year, because I saw the Instagram post and I saw all the comments, and it wasn't just a few people. There was like, was over 120 comments. I'm not sure, it's either 80 or 120, I can't remember. There was about 2 or 3 people saying, maybe you should have kept this private, maybe you shouldn't have posted this, and the rest were basically tearing me limb for limb for something I did years ago that I apologized for, and they weren't given the whole story because it was meant to put me in a bad light. I don't know if it was just a mob mentality or something, but it got out of hand, and it was something big, and that was the point that made me realize I will never be welcome here, and I understand when people are upset about me saying this about the community. I completely understand it's not like that anymore. It was pretentious of me to say that. It was bad of me to go out on a limb like that when I knew darn good and well I haven't seen any drama in a long time, and I hadn't heard anything bad about Instagram for a while now. You're completely right. I shouldn't have said it. It was outdated opinions. This thing just shut off on me. Of course, now it's letting me turn it back on, but screw you and your bad battery life. Okay, I have a second camera. I guess, considering that battery's died, I probably should wrap this up here. For someone that doesn't involve themselves in the community, I don't really have a right to speak out like this. I've always thought that I figured still stood because I'd never seen a reason for them not to. It was definitely wrong of me to go out and say the things I did and go out with my actions. I'm gonna leave the video up. Like, if you stick out the community part, it's still a good video. And I am going to just throw this in here, kind of a little thing. One thing I do like with having the comments off, the people that actually have something to say to me have gone out of their way to say it to me. It's not an endless spam of how it used to be, at least, with people going cute and cool. And it kind of drowned out the few comments that actually had something interesting to say. The way things are set up now, especially with Tumblr allowing you with anonymous asks not needing an account, I do get more of a chance to sit down and spend more time individually with the people rather than having them get buried under things. And I do check my YouTube messages. I'm not the fastest to reply, and I could have more time to spend with each individual and make it a little more personalized. But to anyone that wants to contact me, don't be intimidated. I'm always welcome to chat. To those of you, I'm sorry. I definitely have been a lot more outspoken than I should have been, and Peppy, thank you so much for helping me see that. Please keep your video up. It's a great video. Anyways, I guess I'll just end this off like I usually do. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Later.